Yo, what's up, guys? Kishonochi here. Back with you with another new alternate universe. What if? And this one was across my mind. Uh, and this is what if? Kakaya or Kakaya, if you could say. I might have said her name wrong. Please don't crucify me in the comments. But this is what if? Well, her. Well, the final boss, or you should call it just. I'm just gonna call it Kaguya. Gujo, if I'm correct. Uh, was recard or resurrected earlier than waiting all the way to the point that she got resurrected, and then Naruto and Sasuke is like older. What if she was resurrected when there was about in their kids as they're developing in the storyline. But what if she was resurrected at that time, much earlier? And how is this going to happen? How is this going to work? How will the story change drastically in this Naruto What If? Well, I'm going to explain to you how I think it's going to happen and how this is going to go. Leave a like, comment down below if you're going to like this. Ask for a part 2. Give me your opinions. And don't not crucify me about the story plot, alright? The story plot is a what if, alright? This is a what if, alright? I can't make it make sense, alright? You can't just crucify me, alright? And no one's not crucifying me, but I'm just saying, alright? But let's continue the story. So we start off with pretty much Madara, alright? Madara Uchiha. He collected, let's just say he was taking half of all the tail beasts. Just half of the tail beasts. Because if I was truly correct, I think in the boss fight, or crucify me if I'm wrong, that Madara got all the half of the tail beasts, got I think the other side of the 9 tails instead of like Naruto's 9 tail, and created 10 tails, or I think it was half of the tails, but technically you could just say, well, we're just gonna say he technically grabbed half of the other tail beasts, half of it, took away half of the tail beasts, all right, and he created the Tenju statue, and he was about to do the thing until Hiroshima comes in, stop him, saying this is not the way, you're gonna destroy something and all that shit, and then Madara's having that beef, and then Madara is doing that until the big Korra happened, and I'm just gonna say Kaguya gets resurrected, but instead of her resurrected, taking over, doing all that shit, she be resurrected, but she's in a coma, and we're gonna say she's resurrected but in a coma. Madara thought he failed at it, so he's saying shit, and he the whole fight, he pretends his death and he gets out. Now, this is where Hiroshima, or you should say the first, I can't even say his name right. I gotta really work on his name. But, the first Hokage, takes all the half of the tail beasts and, share it with the other villages, technically, saying to make peace with the clans, all that, with the villages and all that. And, Madara, fakes his own death, has Rinnegan. He says, I'm gonna do it again, to make my dream come true and all that shit, right? So we start with a couple years, and this is gonna be the Nine Tails attack, and we're gonna say everything happens the same, but this is different. This is where the different part happens, and this is where the Sage of Staff looks, and he sees that Kaguya is back, and he's freaked out and confused, how is she here, and why is she there in a coma, why is my mother back here, and why she's there, and he's scared because he's afraid that his 2 sons that Kaguya never knew about her grandchildren, or or don't know about her grandchildren, or her grandchildren dying and all that. She he basically gives Naruto the sun, gives Naruto the sun, and gives Sasuke, the birthmark of the moon. And I'm gonna say that he gives, Naruto that big buff that he got from like the before like you know when he talked to him, he gives Naruto that buff. Like, so when like no one like when like the whole Nine Tails, Minato Kushina dies and all that, but Naruto gets the buff, and I'm just gonna make Naruto broken, just because, hear me out for the plot, okay? So Naruto and Sasuke are going to be broken from the very start, because we're going to need this for the plot. So technically, Naruto and like the Sage of Six Path is like saying, I need to have my son powerful, stronger before. I need him to be much stronger, 10 times better, because I need him I need him to able to defend himself from like my mom, and then he's like giving Naruto the the Rinnegan, well no the Rinnegan Sharingan. He's giving him all the DNA that he has, of like Hyuga, all that. He's giving him all the clan's DNA. He's trying to get him perfectly set so he doesn't, bite the dust. And he goes to Sasuke and he's like saying, my son. And he just, gives him the buff and all that. And he basically like he basically gives him the memories too of the reincarnation of like all their reincarnations. So when they're like growing up, Naruto and Sasuke is much different. Their chakra is outrageous. Now, Naruto still have the higher chakra than Sasuke, but if you wanted to compare like adult Naruto between this kid Naruto, I would say this kid Naruto chakra is much higher than adult Naruto from Boruto. Or you should, or no, compare of Sage of Six Path, or like, or or Sage mode. You could say like the Sage of Six Path mode Naruto, or with the Secret Orbs against Kid Naruto. This Kid Naruto, that Kid Naruto is much powerful than the Sage of Six Path Naruto. You could say that. I can say that. Just like Naruto. So I mean, just like Sasuke. So Naruto and Sasuke is born in this world. So the villagers hate Naruto, which Naruto is confused and doesn't know why did they hate them. Like, they do like look at him as some type of god, but they have a hatred because they think, since the Nine Tails is in Naruto, they blame, well, since Naruto was born of that day of the Nine Tails attack, they think he's like the Nine Tails thing, and the villagers hate him and all that shit. Which Naruto doesn't know why, but he has like resurrected of all his past lives, so he knows manners and stuff. So he doesn't do pranks and none of that. He's very intelligent and stuff. And he started just like looking at the villagers confused, like, why is everybody attacking me? Like, why do people attack me or like hate me? What did I do to them? And he's still trying to figure out why are they doing that to him. But we switch to Sasuke point of view, and this is him growing up, and he sees the world, and he's basically just like he's basically like thinking about all his past lives, and he's just thinking like, and he's perfectly calm. He doesn't care about recognition. He doesn't care about love, because he does, like, he cares for his family. He's like the Sasuke and happy Sasuke, but he still knows his past memories and stuff. And he's just trying to find his brother, because he wants to make up with his brother. He wants to really like make peace with his brother and all that, and try to and all that. And keep in mind, they know that like their mom, they don't know who their mom is. So like, I'm just gonna say the Sage of Six Path didn't tell their like what's their real mom. Like, they know their mom was like a Osusi, but they don't know like their whole family tree. They just know their whole past lives, but they don't know their mother. And the Sage just guy didn't tell about their mother. So technically, like they're just going and all that, and this is where Naruto is walking across the bridge. Walking, going home and all that, and he has books, and he's learning about chakra and all that. He already knows about his past chakras and knows about like Nate. He already knows he has wood sage and all that, which Naruto is practicing, and Sasuke is also practicing his thing with his Sharingan because he activated his Sharingan much more. Like he's like the firstborn child to ever activate his Sharingan, and he activated his Sharingan before his brother Itachi. That's how powerful Sasuke is now. So you know Naruto is like looking at Sasuke at the river brink, which Sasuke looks at Naruto and they say, and he says, "Brother," and this is where Sasuke says, "Who are you? Have I?" And then they come up and they start talking to each other. And he asks, "Was you?" And then they just start explaining and all that, confused. And then they start talking to each other, and then they start remembering, and then they realize they was brothers in the past life, and they start hugging and crying, and they start saying sorry to each other and all that. And, they just start saying, start explaining, all the stuff is happening and all that, and they start explaining the past lives of how many times they fight for like something wrong, right? And then they said, well, this is a new life. We can start something new. We can start a better life and all that. Now, this is where, well, Kaguya wakes up from her slumber, you could say. And, well, not Kaguya. Yeah, well, Kaguya Kujo, you could say, wakes up from her slumber. And she's in a coma. Now, her minion is technically just happy that she's back. Is he say, "Ah, Kaguya, you're back." And she just starts saying, and she starts saying, "Where am I?" And start crying and just remembering like some fragments of saying that someone died and all that, and she starts remembering that she had children, and she said, and she started thinking like, I had two sons, and she started say, but I don't know where they're at, uh, the thing, that little black thing, start explaining, saying that 1,000 years passed and all that, and so she started saying, I gotta go find my children, start flying, start going around flying. This is where Naruto is like getting chased after by somewhat of Almu, like two Almu. They're trying to kill Naruto because they're we're gonna say these are rogue. Danzo didn't hire them, but these are rogue Almu. They're technically getting trying to kill Naruto, which Naruto is like somewhat easy dodging them and not trying to kill them because he knows that he can easily smash them. So he's like backing away, easily teleporting and stuff, trying to just get to his house or like get to the Hokage office. Which this is where one of the ninjas, Ambu, throws a kunai, which it hits Naruto in the back, leave him hit to the ground, and Naruto's coughing up blood, and he's getting up, he's saying, "What did I do so wrong?" And he's not like he's kind of getting confused and angry, saying, "What did I do to deserve this? Like I did nothing wrong." Like and, the Ambu says, Unite tells Brett, hey, he's about to like stab him until Kaguya comes in. Kaguya, comes in and stabs like both of them with the rod that turns you to dust, and they start dying. This is where she sees like the power of of her and and her son. She starts saying, "My baby," She comes up and hugs him, picks him up and hugs him, and Naruto starts saying, "Who are you?" And this is where she says, "Well, I'm your mother." She hugs him and starts saying, "Now where's my son at?" This is where Sasuke is like coming to find Naruto, and she sees her other son, and she runs in and she hugs. Well, she like start walking to him and hugs him and says, "My other son." Naruto and Sasuke is like confused and say like they remember their past lives, but they're kind of the memories are fragmented. Like they remember like being like the first and second, like first Hokage and being Madara and like being like the reincarnations of all of them. But as they're like, but like their memories are fragmented, so they think like, oh, maybe this was our mother because they don't really remember like the first reincarnation of their life. So they start, hugging and start, say like, yeah, mom and stuff, but they don't know that, that they're their grandmother. But she started crying and being happy and all that. And she basically like asks how they doing and stuff. And, they basically say like they've been reincarnated and all that. And she's like somewhat happy that she still sees her children. And she hugs them, and the sage is just bad. He is like all through time and space, and all that. And he sees her like hugging them and not killing them. So he's like somewhat like at ease that they're not dead, but he's like trying to figure out like how to really do. But he already sees like this like the sun and moon on their hands, so he's like thinking like all they have to do is just touch her, like like they have to like kind of like do it together, focus and concentrate to really seal her, but she's not doing anything. So she she gets stops hugging him, and started swaying to him and all that, and they're happy and stuff. And she started, and Naruto asks that she has anywhere to stay. She doesn't have nowhere to stay, and Naruto says, well, come to my house so you can stay there. She's happy, saying we could be a happy family again. She started holding Naruto's hand and start walking while Naruto's walking her to the house, which Sasuke follows to. They start eating. Naruto makes some ramen for her, and they all start eating, having a meal. And she's explaining what's their birthright and heritage and how powerful they really are and what they can really do and stuff. And if they train hard enough, they can really like switch like teleport places or like switch areas or teleport people into different like dimensions and stuff. And Naruto is like saying, "Wow, really?" And Sasuke is like thinking about it, said, And, he says, "Well, I gotta head back to my other family because, and Naruto says, "All right," and he says, "See you later." Now, we're just gonna go on and continue, and we're gonna go hop off to kind of the start of, and this is where Naruto is at the academy, doing the chakra thing. Now, Naruto's chakra, he passes because we're gonna say the Nine Tails feels like kind of like feels like not like Naruto's chakra is more powerful than the Nine Tails in this. That's how powerful Naruto is, or OP, you could say. Now Naruto passes the thing, but Mitsuki needs we're gonna say Mitsuki, kind of make Naruto fails on purpose because he wants to use Naruto as a thing because the village like already hates him. Half the teachers want him to fail, but we're gonna say half the teachers. Only like him and another teacher. But technically, Naruto basically, gets a failing thing, and he's like confused of how did he fail. He did the test perfectly well. Now, this is where Mitsuki comes in. Start saying, start lying to him, saying he could pass if, he gets the scroll. Now, this is where, Naruto already can tell he's lying because he can see all emotions. He can see hatred, like lies and all that, and he can see the hate towards him and him lying. So he's like, just going along with it, said, all right, and he goes get the scroll. Now he before he takes scroll, he goes home and he's telling Kaguya, or he think his mom, saying, "Mom, I'm gonna go out," and he's basically calling her mom because Kaguya basically said that she thinks that's her son, you could say, of a reincarnation of him, but basically he's just basically explaining saying that he's going to get this scroll and to basically pass this thing so he can become a ninja. And she's basically saying, okay, be safe, Do you need my help? Do you want me to send my minion to like protect you? And she's all concerned and all that, smiling. And he just scratches his head and says, "Nah, he be fine." And she says, "Okay, be safe." She gives him a kiss on the forehead, and says, "Good luck." Now he goes out at night, grabbing the scroll. He's grabbing the scroll, and Hiruzen stops him, and he laughs, he does the sexy genjutsu to send Hiruzen flying with a flying bloody nose, and he start going. Now he's running, and before he gives the scroll, he start opening up, and he reads of all the things, and he sees that. Well, he also reads about the Sage of Six Paths scroll, and he also reads about like all the abilities of the Rinnegan. You could say of the Rinnegan because like I said, Naruto has all the DNA, but the Sage of Six Paths also gave him like a Rinnegan Sarge, like Sharingan, like kind of Sasuke eye, but like more powerful. If its own sake. Like Sasuke has the eye too, but Naruto, has it automatically because I'm gonna say like the Sage of Six Paths trusts his good son more than the other son because he's afraid that his son's gonna repeat the same process of a path of hatred, despise, and wipe out the whole world and all that shit. Become the most powerful ninja. So Naruto already has it. He's reading it, and Naruto already knows about his eyes and stuff, and he's like saying, Now Naruto basically, reads the other scroll, and he learns multi-shot jutsu and body flicker, and no flying raging this time, but body flicker. And he also learns, I'm gonna say Shidori, because hey, he has lightning, he has all chakra in nature, just like Sasuke, so you could say that. But he also learned Sage Mode in the scroll, because I'm gonna say it has Sage Mode. Now, Naruto, writes down the rest of the jutsus, and he starts, about to give it to Mitsuki. Mitsuki, now Naruto asks, like, where's my headband, and this is where Mitsuki, doesn't have the headband, he just says, give it to me, Nine Tails Brett, and, he says, Nine, and Naruto's confused, actually, I'm a Nine Tails Brett, and, he started explaining to him, like, yeah, you're the Nine Tails Shichuriki, that's why the whole village hates you, and, Naruto's looking down, and he's thinking, he's like, and he say, so that's why the village hates me, and, Mitsuki's confused, and he's like, what, why are you not scared or shocked by this? He's like, I was wondering all this time, all these years, why did the village all these years, why the village hate me? Now I know why. Thanks for telling me, And Naruto is not happy. He's not like anger. I think he's like happy that he finally knows why the village hates him, and he knows how to really change the villagers' mind and how to be and how they get their good side and their praise. So he basically says okay, and he's about to give him the scroll, and and ask him to give him the headband until I think Aruka Sensei comes in, telling Naruto what he's doing, and Naruto explains the whole thing, which Mitsuki throws a thing at Naruto, which Ruka jumps in, takes the blow, and Naruto is shocked by this, and Aruka is basically doing the whole speech and stuff, saying I know how it feels to be alone and all that shit. Now Naruto, gets angry that Ruka jumps in and save his life, so he does multi-child jutsu, but instead of doing like 20 or something, he does about 100, 200, just to add for good measure of the beatdown. So this is where Mitsuki, gets beat up badly. Like they're all beating the crap out of him, including how can I say? Also, using lava, wind, using all the stuff, and this is where they teleport Mitsuki into the desert. No, into the desert with sharp, a desert area with sharp, sharp needle sand that like pokes at your feet and like cause you bleeding and shit. So like he's telling him teleported him everywhere to a cold winter area that you will be freezing, a lava area where you birds and by the time Beastie teleport back where he was at, he's like freezing, bleeding, and all beat up and shit. You know, Aruka's like scared, but he realized that Naruto saved him, so he grants Naruto the headband, giving him a ninja. Naruto's excited. This is where Naruto heads home. Telling his mom that he had a good time and he passes. Got the headband. She's proud of him, hugging him, saying, "You did. Like, I'm proud of you and all that." And, she said, she cooked something up, and it's kind of a like, I'm gonna say like, kind of goat legs because she found a goat. Well, she got a goat, and and she said, "I cooked goat legs," and he looks at it, he's like, "Okay," and he still tries it, but it's not bad. Well, we start with the next day now. Naruto, Naruto and Sasuke, walks together to the academy, all happy that they passed. And, this is where you know they all head to the room. Now Naruto and Sasuke is talking to each other, sitting together, having fun, explaining to each other and all that. And Naruto can deactivate the eyes and reactivate, so his eyes is like normal. But I'm gonna say what's different about him. So Naruto, instead of having black or like any hair, he has white hair, and yeah, Naruto's born with white hair, and he wears a headband that kind of has a weird symbol. It has like on the backside, it has the Uchiha symbol. So he has the same hair, but his hair is white, and he has the Uchiha symbol in the back. Well, on the side, he has a Senju in the front. He has you could say the Uzumaki symbol in the back, and the other symbol of you could decide, but he has like all those symbols around those seven, and actually no, the Hyuga by the other side. Now people like the Hyuga, and the Uchiha, they look at Naruto. Well, actually no, I should probably talk about the Uchiha massacre. Now, when I should probably explain about the Uchiha massacre. Now, Sasuke is motivated to not kill Itachi, but to really defeat him and find out why he murdered the Uchiha. So the Uchiha massacre still happened, but instead of Sasuke instead of like Sasuke getting trapped by the Genjutsu, you know, feeding off that hatred and can't sleep at night, Kaguya, like before like Itachi had anything to do something to, well, no, before like Itachi had anything to do with like Sasuke, Kaguya came in, stopped Itachi, or you could say just straight up bodied his shit and sent him flying out the goddamn house saying, "Don't touch my son." And she picks him up, and she hugs him, and Sasuke is just crying on her. I should explain that, like just crying on her, and saying that he murdered them and all that, saying the whole clan and all that. Kagi is crying. She turns around saying that this is unforgivable. And, she's about to, straight up whoopee cop like Itachi's ass. Completely annihilate his ass. Until Sasuke says, "No, that's my brother. Like, I don't know why he did this, but I'm gonna find out who really did it." And she says, "All right." And she says, "You're lucky that like my son wanted to spare you." And, or like my children, like my son wanted to spare you. She basically takes Sasuke, walks him out of the village, or carries him, and walks him out of the village while he's crying. And I should tell you, like, now Sasuke lives with Naruto and Kaguya, so they all live in the same house. And Naruto is more brotherly to himself, Naruto keeps him from the path of darkness and all that. So that's why they're walking together. So we switch back to them, heading to the classroom. Sasuke and Naruto is basically talking to each other, you know, all buddy buddy and all that. Now the girls they look at Sasuke and Naruto. Now Naruto and Sasuke. Sasuke has white hair and Naruto has white hair. Their eyes are white. All right, so they look the same. You could say Naruto has the same attire, but instead of wearing yellow, it's kind of a black and white. Actually, he wears like how can I say? Naruto wears a different attire now. He wears how can I say? He looks fresh. He wears the jacket with the fur hoodie. Actually, no, he wears the jacket with the fur hoodie on it, and and he wears like black jean pants. And, he has the rocking sandals, black sandals. So he looks like that. And Sasuke, he has the same attire, but but it's like the Sasuke with the Itachi fight. The Sasuke with the Itachi fight. He looks like that, and he's gonna be having that until we switch with the 2 years gap. So hold on. Yeah. Okay. Let's continue on. Sorry about that. Uh, Naruto and Sasuke is pretty much talking to each other, having fun, laughing, jokes and giggles. And, the whole class looks at them, basically like they do, like Naruto and Sasuke looks the same, but they never thought they would be like good friends and like buddy buddy with each other because, you know, if I were to explain, like Sasuke is like on top of the class and Naruto is second because Naruto he really doesn't try and everything. Yeah, he kind of like still goofy and all that, but when it's like comes down in seriousness, Naruto will get serious and boost up his intelligence and stuff. But and when it becomes to fights, sometimes Naruto loses and sometimes Sasuke wins. And like it's like a win loss, so kind of like that. And so Naruto's basically laughing with Sasuke and yeah. Sasuke said that's not funny, and he's getting all pouty, but he laughs more or less. Now this is where Hinata comes say hi to Naruto, and Naruto looks at Hinata, and he says hi, and he runs up and he gives her a hug, saying hey and all that, and she's passed out blushing, and this is where Sasuke is saying, "Wow, I didn't know you was a man like that." Naruto tells him to shut up, and he's laughing. This is where uh Neji 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 comes up, you know, to try to like confront Naruto of wearing, the Hyuga thing on the side of his headband, asking what the hell is he, how dare he disrespect the Hyuga, acting like a Hyuga. But the teacher comes in, basically explaining the teams. Now, every team is the same. Every team is the same. Everybody, there's no switch. Everybody has the same teams. Everything's the same. All right. Now, but something is different. I'm gonna tell you why. Now, Sakura has the two tails. Now, how does she have two tails? How is she alive? And how she's not dead right now? Because Eita Koski, like, pretty much, killed the two tails and she'd be dead. Now, let me explain. Now, the two tails was split in half. The two tails Jinchuriki, that woman, yeah, she still, had the two tails, but the clan wanted to make a sleeper, or you could say a sleeper agent, Jinchuriki, and Sakura was the one, and her family lived, in that village, at that village with that Jinchuriki at the time, and the clan split up the Jinchuriki and put it in Sakura, and they let the family go, saying get out of here, banish them and all that, and they went to the Leaf Village. Now, only Hiruzen know that she's the two-tailed Cherokee, and Kakashi. So that's why they put her on the same team. And plus, I don't want her to be useless because we all know once a useless Sakura, always a useless Sakura. But I want her to be somewhat of some use. So she'll basically have everything that, like, the training style, like, she'll have training style more like the girl, because So now Sakura, happy that she's on two team, like on the team with Naruto and Sasuke. You know, Sasuke is not like the more like and all that, but Sasuke kind of be like Sasuke, says hey to her, and she says hey, blushing, and I'm gonna say Sakura has much longer hair this time, and she has it in a ponytail. You could say like a braided ponytail. Now, Sakura hair is longer and with a ponytail. You could say. Now, Sakura been trained by her family to not be useless, so she knows how to like, and they've been on, Sakura been set to like train to do healing thing, but also to learn how to use her fire thing to like create fire and all that, and also how to kill because they wanted to, So Sakura, she's a killer in this. She murdered people, and she's kind of a little bit of a yandere, you could say, but it's only for Sasuke, no one else. But she blushes for Naruto. I think Naruto's a little bit cute. But skipping that, she's talking to Sasuke. Sasuke's talking to her. Sasuke's blushing a little bit. Naruto's calling him out a little bit while he's telling Naruto to shut up. Which Sakura, blushing too, but other than that, and I should tell you, Sakura has, let's say 2 blades by the side, so she can like light them with fire. Not like fuse with chakra, but like that's a part of her kinky kick ass. She can like make kind of like scorch fireballs, but like the blue flame, and do that. So basically, she already been training with her Chichiriki, so her Chichiriki bond is like that of an A. No, well, B. That of not A. It's an A because she opened up the seal on accident one time. So, but it's that bond is up to an A, you could say. Now, Kakashi comes in and he looks at the team and he looks and the whole team is odd, very odd. And he's like saying, "All right, come up on the rooftop now." Everybody is pretty much like everybody is explaining themselves, and Sakura is the same, but a little bit crazier because she says that she wants to protect the one she loves, and she'll kill anyone, and she means literally anyone who they're like disturb the one she really loves, with a desired murdering face. Now Sasuke is the same but not different. He like is a little bit different because he said, "I'm out to defeat a certain someone that really and to really to stop him and see who really caused him to kill my clan." And Naruto already knows what he's talking about. Now Naruto thing is the same, but he says, "I like to train and eat with my brother Sasuke." And he calls Sasuke as his brother, and he says pretty much this, "And I'm gonna be the next god of this world. Believe it." Instead of Hokage, it's God. And he says, "Believe it." And, Kakashi is like gives a high wide brown of it, but he says, "All right." And, he says, "Tomorrow is gonna be the bell test. Don't eat or you're gonna puke." All that, they all says all right, and then they start heading home. Sasuke and Naruto's walking together, talking, and say what you think he's going to do as a test, because Kakashi just said it's going to be a test. He didn't say bell test, but he just said test. Now, they're walking and talking now. Sakura, is about to head home until Sasuke says, "We like to come and eat with us." And Sakura, blushes and all smiling in her head and just saying like, "Oh hell yeah," and shit. And uh, and she says yes and start heading. Now this is where Naruto senses Hinata like looking at the corner, blushing, and he asks, he says, "Hey Hinata, I know you're behind that wall. Do you want to come eat?" And she's blushing and just says yeah, and she's trying confused of how did he know, but she comes and uh they're heading home, and Kaguya is like cooking up dinner and start and like all happy, and she sees Naruto and Sasuke brings two girls, and she said, "Oh, who's these girls? Your are those your girlfriends?" And, Naruto and Sasuke is blushing, saying, "No, they're our friends." And, she says, and, she's all laughing and saying, "Okay," and they start eating and all that. So the next day comes, and Kakashi, explains the bell test and what they gotta do. Naruto and Sasuke already knows that they gotta use teamwork because it's only two bells because they're much smarter in this. And Kakashi says you gotta get the bells and all that. And, he explains it and all that. And he says, "All right, Mark, 3, 2, 1, go." Now everybody start going to the bushes and separate. Naruto create two clones. He create one wood clone that will distract Kakashi, while he create another clone that's like a clay bomb because, like I said, he has everything. Sage Six Pack gave him everything, like up to the damn brim. So Naruto is dangerous, powerful. Like if Naruto wanted to kill everybody, he could kill everybody. He could legit rape, pillage, and do all that. But he's not gonna do that because Naruto is a good person. Maybe I might do that in another. He might do some butt stuff, rape stuff. Another what if? No, I'm joking. I'm joking. We don't do that here. All right. Maybe. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Let me stop. But Naruto is basically create like a clone, like a clay clone bomb, and he tells it to go out there, and he started going to Sasuke, and Sakura, and he start explaining the whole plan and all that. Sakura, is agreeing upon it, said all right. And they start get ready now. The clone of the wood clone gets punched, which the wood clone hugs his Kakashi, turns into a wood and traps Kakashi, while the other clone is clay bomb, which runs up and explode, blowing sending Kakashi flying. And, Kakashi gets up and like saying huh, and his book gets burned up, so he's pissed. So now he opens up his strength and saying, "Now I'm being serious." This is where Naruto hops out, running with his fist. Well, with his two chakra. Well, no, I'm gonna say his knuckles, like bare knuckle. No, knuckle dusters. What are they called? Like, well, those knuckles, but it's gonna have blades at the end. You could say like the person who had that and fused it with chakra. I'm gonna say like those blades, and he's running, charging at Kakashi with those two blades, and he's trying to punches him, punches him in the gut, then slashes his side of his arm, and Kakashi, he's barely dodging of this new fighting style that Naruto using, like using kicks and using bare knuckles. Well, no, using the knuckle blade and grabbing him, headbutting him, and all that. Now, this is where Kakashi is like backing up, said, and he fires a fireball at Naruto, which Naruto says, "Now Sasuke, teleports Kakashi and Naruto into opposite spots. And, Kakashi get hit by the fireball, but he substitutes out of there, while he ends up by the water place. Well, teleports by the like behind the tree, which Naruto says, "Now Sakura." Sakura comes out in the dirt, uppercutting Kakashi, sending him flying up in the air. And then this is where Sasuke teleports using the events sharing, well, using a body flicker because Naruto teaches him that, and he takes the two bells and he throws it at Sakura and Naruto, and Kakashi hits the ground, coughing up, and he says they pass, but he passes out. He's like, and Naruto says, "Oh, I think we overdid it." Now they start doing missions and all that, and we're going to start. This is going to be the Cosmic Bridge. Now they're doing like sea missions and stuff, and this is where Sasuke and Naruto kind of get bored, and they said this is kind of beneath them, including Sakura, and this is where they smack their hands on this, and they ask for a higher mission, like they demand it, and Hiruzen laughing, so all right, and, he gives them the protect the Taza Bridge, and Taza comes in, and he looks at them, and to be continued, because this is going to be part 1 of what if Kaguya, or you could say her, was resurrected much earlier in the universe, part 1. So, resurrected much earlier, part 1. Okay, so leave a like, comment down below. Tell me your opinion and all that. I'm Keyshawn Uchiha, and thanks for watching, and see you.